Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Channel Anime, the anime review show. I'm John. This time, I'll be catching up on the current season of a series that I covered back in beta episode 1. I'm talking about The Legend of Korra. Now, please bear in mind that this review will cover up through episode 9, the guide, and will contain spoilers, so if you're not caught up, you might want to skip this week, or go catch up and come back. I'll wait. Also, I'll be handling episodes 7 and 8 separately from the other episodes, since they follow a different arc and don't involve most of the known characters. Now, starting off with episodes 4 through 6 and 9, the main story arc, and I've decided to break this part of the review down by character, just to keep things a bit more organized. Starting, of course, with Korra herself. I really like that she goes rogue in this arc and proves that the Avatar can be fallible. That's something they never really did with Aang. However, I did think that the President turning her down for assistance was a little bit predictable. Though it was great to finally see her go into the spirit world, and of course to see her and Tenzin reconcile. Speaking of Tenzin, I really liked that his issues with his siblings mirrored Ikki's issues with hers. Now on to the rest of Team Avatar, starting with Mako. I thought that bringing up his gang history, which hadn't been mentioned since early in Book 1, and using it to set him up was a very nice touch. And I'm really curious if Luan Gong referring to him as Super Cop was a Jackie Chan reference or not. And speaking of Luan Gong, or the Mustache Cops as I like to call them, I really think they're a great nod to 70s cop shows. And of course Bolin. It was really great to see him becoming a movie, or should I say mover, star, and completely believing his own hype. And now on to my two favorite new characters, starting with Varric. I thought that his Idea Storm ritual, which involved eating hot peppers while hung upside down in gravity boots, was really hilarious. And I love that he was the one who invented movies, or as they call them, movers. And I really like that he turned out to be another big bad, it wasn't just Unalaq. And I thought that using the detonator to link him to the explosion was a great touch. Though I did think that the speech that he gave Bolin at the Mover premiere was a bit over the top and heavy-handed. And of course my other favorite new character, Eska. I really love that she was the one who gave Bolin the betrothal necklace, when it's usually the other way around. And I really liked how, as she became more unhinged, her makeup became more and more of a mess. Though I did think that her and Desna's jet skis were a bit unnecessary. I mean, they are waterbenders. Though it was great to see her disobey Unalaq in order to save Desna. And of course, finally, on to Unalaq. I really liked that he was a step ahead of Korra during her jailbreak attempt. It showed that he's an intelligent and formidable villain. Though it was obvious from the beginning that he was behind Tonraq's banishment, so I don't think that was quite as big a reveal as they played it up to be. And I really liked that they left some question as to who really is the big bad, him or Varric. Now, just a few more specific story points. It was really great to see General Iroh and hear Dante Bosco again. It really made me nostalgic for the original series. And I was very happy that they did something with Janora's tie to the spirit world that they teased in the premiere. And it was great to see the Fire Sages again. And speaking of the Fire Sages, that brings us to episodes 7 and 8. I have to admit that I thought the whole amnesia angle with Korra was really cliché. But it was great to see all of the previous avatars again. And I loved the art style that they used during the first Avatar story. It was a great nod to traditional Japanese art. I thought it was very interesting that lion turtles were the first ones to give humans bending. Though that did contradict with the original series, where it was stated that humans learned bending from the dragons, sky bison, badger moles, and the moon. Now this may not necessarily be retconning, since there is a scene where Wan, the first Avatar, does seem to be teaching a dragon to firebend. I also loved that the Ai spirit who was guarding the oasis sounded just like talking Momo in Nightmares and Daydreams. And I thought it was fascinating that Wan became the first Avatar because he, as the newsreel voice at the top of episode 8 put it, split the spirits of light and dark and in doing so threatened the world. And I loved the idea that humans were forced to live on the lion turtles because the spirits had overrun the rest of the world. And it was awesome that they used the same atomic configuration when Wan mastered the Avatar state that they used back in Book 3 of the previous series when Aang first mastered it. Though I did think it was odd that the Fire Sage called a Sky Bison an Air Bison. However, possible retconning aside, I really love these two episodes. And overall, I think that while it's still not on par with Book 1, Book 2 is getting a lot better, and I'm really interested to see where it goes. Alright, that's it for Legend of Korra. Until next time, when I'll be taking a look at Clannad. Take a look down in the description, and you'll find links to find the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Links to my anime list and Crunchyroll profiles, and of course a link to Zombie Takeout, the Bee and Cult Movie Review podcast that I co-host and produce. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll talk at you later. I really like that she goes rogue in this arc and proves that I really love that she was the one who gave Bolin the betrothal necklace.